Hey guys, Mitchell here. One of the questions that most often gets asked me, either via comments on the Gamefront YouTube channel or tweets on my Twitter account at GameFrontMitch, is how do I record video walkthroughs for myself, or what equipment should I get to record gameplay? So I figured I would take some time out of my lazy Sunday afternoon and try to put together a tutorial with all of my knowledge on the subject. So let's start with the essentials. If you want to record console gameplay footage, you're going to need the following: a gaming console, obviously, a fairly powerful computer in terms of its processor speed and RAM, and a lot of hard drive space, a video capture device, which I'll go over in a bit, video editing software, a separate monitor or TV in addition to your computer's monitor, an extra set of male-to-male component cables or an HDMI cable depending on what capture device you use and what console you record for. Now, I'm not a computer expert, so if you're on a budget and looking for the minimum requirements for being able to capture and edit game footage, I can't help you there. What I can do is say that I use a Dell XPS 8500 with a 3.4 GHz i7 processor, 8 GB of RAM, 2 TB hard drive, and a Radeon HD 7570, and it works beautifully. As for capturing devices, I use the hauppauge HD PVR at home, which is a good mid-level recording device if you're looking to record really nice quality HD footage. Its price depends on where you get it and how hard you look for some nice deals, but in general, look to be spending about $175 to $200 for one of these. Some other options I've heard good things about include the AverMedia Game Capture HD, Dazzle, and Blackmagic's various capture cards and devices. For the sake of this tutorial though, let's assume that you've bought the hauppauge and now you're looking to set it up. For that, I'll give a bit of a video demonstration. Alright, so here it is, the hauppauge HD PVR, if it will, there we go, focus in on it. So you see at the front we have the three basic component cables. If you're recording in HD, you're probably not going to need those. There's a power button. But what you're going to eventually want to do, hold on, let me just turn this around. So you're going to want to find a spot for it. Unfortunately, my cables I have are pretty short, so I have to keep everything in really awkward positions. And let's see if I can do this without messing things up. So you got one set of component cables that are going to the back of your television. And basically you're going to put those into, I'm going to put this down for a sec. You're going to put those into the out for this. So alright, so there you see the white cables are going from the TV to the out component slots of my HD PVR. Now we're going to go over to whatever console I'm using to capture. You got the component cables right here. They're the black ones. And those are going to go into the in slots of the HD PVR. So once again, I'm going to put this down. Alright, so then you just plug in the USB plug and the power plug and you're all set. Make sure to turn the power on. Now the hauppauge gets really hot, so try not to put anything on top of it or below of it. Otherwise you might burn it and melt it into whatever surface you have the PVR on. Alright, so that's that. Now we're going to go back to some pretty pictures. Once you've got everything hooked up, just use the DVD to install the drivers in Total Media Extreme, and use the record video option to bring up the capture window that you'll use. You shouldn't really have to mess with any of these settings unless you're using the front panel video and audio input. Chances are you're not going to want to have Enable Preview on Recording checked, since there will likely be a delay in what's on the gaming TV and what's in the preview window. You're not done yet though. You'll quickly find that your raw footage is enormous and will take a lifetime and a half to upload to YouTube. So you need some editing software. If you can afford it, I highly recommend using either Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut if you're on a Mac. Adobe Premiere Elements is a decent substitute if you're on a budget, but you'll find timeline editing to be a lot smoother and easier with Adobe Premiere Pro. I've never tried to use Windows Movie Maker or iMovie, but if you're looking for a free solution, you might want to give those a try. But what if you want to record live commentary as well? That's actually pretty easy. All you need to do is download Audacity. Start both an audio and video recording, Then go into the pause menu and enter the secret code. Down, up, down, up. Press up, down, while saying it aloud as well with each press. Then when you go into Premiere, line up the audio up-downs with the video up-downs, and voila! Your audio and narration are synced. So now that we've got all of the pieces in place, let me guide you through the editing process of one of my videos. Alright, so here we are in Adobe Premiere. This is Adobe Premiere CS6, by the way. And I have recorded a couple of episodes of God Hand, and I figured what better way to show you guys what my editing process is than to go through my editing process and show you guys me editing my God Hand videos. So I just imported my my 2 God Hand videos that I did. Now I'm going to place it into the timeline, and what's nice about Adobe CS6 is that, well, I'll show you in a sec. I'm going to make a new sequence right here. It doesn't really matter what sequence you choose at the beginning, because once you put in a sequence into the timeline, it will give you an option to change the sequence settings to match the footage that you put in. So I'll show you that in a second. I am doing post-commentary, so I'm watching myself do this and commentating as I go, so I apologize if I seem like I'm stalling for time, like I am right now, because I'm looking for my footage. Where's my footage? There it is. Alright, so there it is. You can change the sequence settings, or you can keep them the same, but once you change the settings, it will be perfectly matched to the footage that you put in there. Now we're going to look for our audio file. For me, it's located on my desktop in the video walkthroughs folder. There it is, God Hand 9 and 10. And we are going to put the audio onto audio 2. And now we're going to make it a little bigger, zoom in a bit. And the goal here is to look for these 4 evenly spaced blips on the audio track. And you know that's my down up down ups. So I use that to sync my audio and video. So now we're going to try to get as close as we can to it and use the arrow keys to go frame by frame and try to find the exact millisecond where I start talking. So let's see, listen for it. You hear that? The that's the exact moment where I start talking. So now we're going to bring that back, and now we're going to look for the video portion where I first move down from save to continue. And I'm going to mute my audio track so it's not quite as annoying for you guys. The danger of doing that is that you got to make sure you bring back the audio track, because otherwise you're going to have a video without sound. And there it is. So once again, I'm going to use the arrow keys to get to the exact point where I go down. Bring that back, and now you get to hear a perfectly synced video. Down, up, there we go. Alright, so now it's a little bit loud, that's the only thing. Hey guys, welcome back to Mitch Plays God Hand. You see that? It's a little bit loud. So we're going to cut to the intro, and now we're going to look at the audio mixer up there. And the audio mixer will help us bring down the game volume, bring up my narration volume, and then use the master volume to kind of make some final adjustments so it's not too loud. And generally, when you're doing a narrated walkthrough, the star of the show is going to be your narration. So you want that to be loud, and you want it to be definitely more loud than the game volume. Because if the game volume is going on, it's making it hard to hear your vocal volume. People are going to be upset about it, and they will let you know. I know that from first-hand experience. So there's my master volume. Bring that down a bit. And what we want to do is we want to try to keep it so that the volume doesn't reach the very top of the master volume bar. So let's give this a test. Hey guys, welcome back to Mitch Plays God Hand. We are on stage 2. Alright, so that it didn't reach the top, but it still was pretty close. So we're going to bring it down a little bit more. Hey guys, welcome back to Mitch Plays God Hand. We are on stage 2. I guess it's 2-3, I believe. Giant enemy crane, so apparently... Alright, that wasn't bad. So now, we're pretty much done. I'm also going to look at my vocal timeline, and basically I'm going to look for any large gaps of where I'm talking, because basically what happens is if I'm playing through a game and there's a spot where I die, or there's a long period of me getting back to where I died and I don't really want to show it, generally what I'll do is I'll shut up and then future me looking at that will be like, hey, past me didn't really say anything during this large section, so he probably didn't want to keep this in the walkthrough. So then I'll take that out. So thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, there's the end. So let's just cut that, and we're pretty much done now. So now we're gonna hit Control M to bring up the export settings, and let's see, change the name. I'm gonna call this Giant Enemy Cranes because that's the name of the level. Or Giant Enemy Crane, my bad. And you'll see at the top I have the preset and the format and all that stuff. I generally do H.264, H.264, I can't really read it. And then the 720p, 29.97 frames per second, etc. At work we have a preset where we researched it, we got everything down to optimal settings. Unfortunately, I don't remember what those settings were, and I'm too lazy to actually research it. So I just stick with the H.264 and the 720p 29.97 because it seems to be working for me. So now once you queue it up, it will go to your Adobe Media Encoder. I'm going to delete that one because that was one from the previous time I tried to do this and it didn't work. And once it's ready, once you're ready, you're going to hit play. And that will export all the things you put into the queue, and once those are done, you can put them up onto YouTube. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you found this video to be helpful in any way, please drop me a like, give me a nice comment. Let me know that my time here wasn't wasted, because I did spend a lot of time on this. And yeah, hopefully it was helpful. And one last time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, both to this channel and to the GameFront.com YouTube channel where I work, and please follow me on Twitter at GameFrontMitch.